This is number 7 on the exam 3 review. So number 7, we have you purchase a home for $210,000. You make a $21,000 down payment. You amortize the rest of the debt with monthly payments over the next 30 years. The interest rate on the loan is 5.75% compounded monthly. We want to find the size of your monthly payments and the total interest paid over the life of the 30-year loan. So anytime we're looking at car loans or mortgages, things like that, we are going to use this formula right here. Okay, so we're going to start by writing all of that down. I'm going to go ahead and keep those parentheses as I go. So R equals, on the top we have A times I. On the bottom we have parenthesis 1 minus, parenthesis 1 plus I. Close the parenthesis and raise it to the negative end. So you do want to make sure you get that formula written down correctly. Now A is going to be the amount that you're going to borrow. So you're getting the house for $210,000, but you're making a $21,000 down payment, so you're not going to borrow money for that part. So if we go ahead and subtract that, we're going to borrow $189,000. Now remember that I, same thing it always is, R over M. So we're going to take our rate of 5.75%. All right, so here's our rate, and we are compounding monthly. So 0.0575 divided by 12. Now N is going to be M times T. So 12 times a year, we're doing a 30-year mortgage. So 12 times 30. And this comes out 360. And remember, in this context, this is also the number of payments. All right, so you'll make that mortgage payment 360 times. All right, so we have all of our information. Now we're going to plug everything in. In the numerator, we have 189,000. We're going to multiply that by 0.0575 divided by 12. Close, close. Parenthesis 1 minus, parenthesis 1 plus, 0.0575 over 12. And we're going to raise this to the negative 360. All right, so this one's a little more challenging to get into your calculator. You want to make sure that you're keeping, sorry, my highlighter totally missed that. You want to make sure that you're keeping both sets of parentheses there. All right, so 2 sets on the top, 2 sets on the bottom. Other biggest mistake people make is they put the interest rate here, but they don't divide it by 12. All right, so we're going to put all this in the calculator. Let me clear this out. Parenthesis 189,000. Parenthesis 0.0575 divided by 12. Close, close. Divide. Parenthesis 1 minus. Parenthesis 1 plus. That's not a plus. Let me try that again. 0.0575 divided by 12. Close your parenthesis. Raise it to the negative 360. And close your last parentheses. All right, this should be a mortgage payment. This looks like a pretty reasonable value. It would be $1,102.95. Now, part B is trickier because it doesn't have a formula that goes with it, but it wants you to find the total interest. So I know if I find the total amount that I paid and I subtract off what I borrowed for the house, whatever the difference is has to be the interest. So I'm going to start by finding the total paid. So we're going to take our payment, and remember we're going to make that payment a total of 360 times, right? Every month for 30 years. So I'm going to put that in my calculator. And I am getting 397,000. And it actually comes out perfectly with no pennies, right? So $397,062. So this is the total that you paid. And we're going to subtract off the amount borrowed. So remember, we borrowed $189,000. And whatever the difference is going to have to be the interest that you pay for the house. And remember, over a 30-year mortgage, it ends up being a pretty large amount of money. $208,062. So that would be the total amount of interest that you would pay.